I returned from Europe with gifts for my teenage son, a $1,200 designer backpack and a limited edition piece from Dubai. Have you ever poured your entire being, your hard-earned money, your love into a gift for your kid, only to have it casually stolen by family, and then be told you're the bad guy for wanting it back? My blood still boils thinking about it. What would you do when the people you're supposed to trust most show you exactly who they are? So my name's Austin. I'm 37, a store manager at a big electronics chain. You know, the guy who deals with every customer complaint, every dodgy return, and schedules holidays for a whole crew. It's a job where I deal with a lot of entitlement. I have a son, Jaden, he's 15. He's all about basketball, loud headphones, and this cool facade that says he doesn't care about anything when actually he cares about everything. I'm divorced, renting a 2-bedroom, paying child support on time. Keeping my sneakers clean is one of the few small things that still feels like control, you know? Last month, my district sent me to Europe for a vendor conference. My first time off the continent. I hustled, stacked shifts just so I could squeeze in 2 extra days to play tourist. Paris, then Dubai. On my way back, I FaceTimed Jaden from hotel lobbies, airport gates, just showing him the world. He tried to act all nonchalant, but I saw him trying not to smile. I was bringing him gifts, real gifts. A $1,200 designer backpack he'd screenshotted for me last Christmas. Limited edition chocolates from a Dubai shop where they melt actual gold leaf onto them. And an iPhone 17 Pro Max. This was the big one. I'm usually super strict about phones, but I'd been planning this surprise for months. It felt like I was fixing something I couldn't fix before, you know? When I got back, we had a small family dinner at my sister Megan's place. She's got the space, but she also has this way of making everything feel like a favor you owe her. Her son, Tyler, is 16. My mom was there too with a casserole nobody touched. I put Jaden's gifts on the buffet table. He tried so hard to play it cool, but his eyes gave him away. He just gently touched the backpack strap like it might vanish. "Open it," I said. His hands were so careful, like the ribbon might cut him. Tyler, Megan's son, he was hovering too close. "Whoa," he said, drawing it out. Real. Real, I confirmed a little too loudly. Dinner was loud, Megan's laugh echoing off the tile. My mom asked if my company paid for all that. Jaden passed me his plate for more potatoes without saying please, just staring at that backpack. I didn't care. He was happy. After we ate, I went to the kitchen to help with dishes. Megan shooed me away with a dish towel, Amy, the one who's fixed her garbage disposal 3 times. When I came back to the dining room, the buffet was empty. "Hey," I said, my stomach lurching. "Where'd the bag go?" Jaden's chair scraped against the floor. "I put it by my jacket," he said, looking for it. It wasn't there. The chocolates? Gone. The iPhone box? Poof. "Tyler?" I asked, my voice dangerously calm. He looked up, mouth full of pie, eyes blank. "What?" Megan wiped her hands, not meeting my gaze. "Oh," she said, soft and airy like it was nothing. Then she smiled, a too wide fake smile, and dropped the line that cracked the floor right under me. "He liked it more anyway," she said. "So I gave him everything." I just stared at her. "You what?" She lifted her chin like a judge handing down a verdict. "I gave it to Tyler." That was the first pop in my ears, like an altitude change. Jaden pushed back from the table so hard his chair tipped over. My mom made that disappointed sound she reserves only for me. "Don't make a scene, Austin," she said. "It's only things." Jaden looked at me like the whole room had tilted. "Dad," he whispered. My pulse was pounding in my gums. I swallowed hard and said nothing. Because if I spoke right then, I knew I'd burn the whole damn house down with words I couldn't take back. Look, my family has this long, ugly habit of treating my money as their money, and my time as their time. It's not new. When Megan was in college and I was just a new shift lead, I covered her parking tickets. Just this once. When her AC died last summer, I put the repair on my card because the baby can't sleep in heat. Tyler's not a baby. He's taller than me and never, ever says thank you. And Mom's constant refrain, "He's your family." She means Megan. She means Tyler. She never, ever means me. When Jaden was little, I overcorrected. I said yes to everything until I learned to say no. Phones were my big hill. I manage a store. I know what phones do to kids who can't put them down. Jaden got a cheap model, then a step up, but never the big number. He never threw a fit. He just kept saving lock screen pictures of the new ones and setting them on his old phone, like a private joke on himself. This Europe trip? It started as corporate panels, vendor dinners where grown men argued about USB-C like it kept them alive. But at night I walked across the city buying a stupid keychain for Jaden shaped like a sneaker because I knew he'd roll his eyes but secretly keep it. In Dubai, I walked into a boutique just to look and walked out with a backpack I couldn't justify on a spreadsheet, but damn, I wanted to. The associate wrapped it like it was art. I even timed the tax refund. I'd planned the reveal for after dinner so Tyler couldn't crowd it. That's the kind of thinking I do, you know? The logistics of joy. Megan doesn't do logistics. She does declarations. Austin, you make more, she says anytime I hesitate. It's just money. It's not just money, I told her once. It's rent, groceries, braces, and a kid who wants to go to state college. She just blinked like I'd spoken a foreign language. Tyler needs a car, she'd say. Isn't there a family discount at your store? That night at her house before dinner, she toured me through her new backsplash like she'd designed the Louvre. Subway tile. Timeless, she'd said. It's white rectangles, I'd replied. She'd swatted my arm. Don't be a snob. Jay sat with Tyler like they were friends who tolerate each other. Tyler had told a story about a collab he wanted to launch, meaning reselling sneakers his mom bought with my card 2 months ago when she, accidentally, Apple paid from the wrong phone. I never saw that money again. I'd placed the gifts behind Jaden's chair carefully when I came in. I watched him touch the ribbon on the chocolate like it hummed. He'd whispered, "For me?" "For you," I'd said. "All of it." And then I'd left him alone for all of 3 minutes to rinse plates. When Megan said she'd given everything to Tyler, it felt like she was reading from a rulebook I'd somehow missed. "Why would you do that?" I asked, keeping my voice low. Because Jaden was there and because I knew if I yelled, Mom would clutch her pearls and talk about my temper. Megan just shrugged in slow motion. "Jay already has a phone." "Not this one," Jaden said, his voice raw. Tyler leaned back. "I'll make better use of it," he said. "I'll create content." I actually laughed. Came out wrong. "Give it back," I said. Megan's smile dropped. "Don't talk to my son like that." "Like what?" I shot back. "Like he owes you," she snapped. "He does. It was mine." Jaden's voice was high-pitched now. Mom set down her fork like a gavel. "Austin, don't start." Tyler stood. "I already unboxed the phone," he said casually. "Set it up." "I didn't give you the Apple ID," I said. He smirked. "Didn't need yours." I looked at Jaden. He looked at me, then away, then back. And that back and forth, that was the part that truly hurt. We left with nothing. Jaden walked to the car with empty hands and a face like he was trying very hard to be older than his years. On the drive home he said, "It's fine." "It's not," I said. He just stared out the window. "I don't want to fight with them." I didn't sleep. I sat at the table with the stack of receipts I keep in a shoebox. I had the printed merchant copy for the backpack with the serial number, the chocolate order with the limited edition code, the iPhone invoice with the IMEI. I lined them up like weapons, then felt stupid because they were just pieces of paper and I was a grown man, shaking. In the morning my phone buzzed. My group chat with Megan and Mom lit up. "Megan, let's keep last night in perspective." "Mom, it was a misunderstanding." "Megan, Tyler is heartbroken." "You yelled." "Mom, you've always been so intense." I typed, "Give back the backpack, chocolates and phone today." Megan didn't answer. 10 minutes later, Tyler posted a mirror selfie on his public story. Designer backpack slung across his chest, the new phone in his hand, the Dubai gold wrapper peeking from his pocket like a trophy. Caption, "Auntie spoil me." He tagged Megan. He did not tag me. Jaden sent me the screenshot, no words. I stared at it until the edges blurred. I called Megan. She ignored it. Then she texted, "He liked it more anyway." That was it. I could feel a place in me I don't like to visit waking up. The one that catalogs facts and stops caring how anyone feels. I opened the device enrollment portal we use at work. I typed the IMEI. It pinged. Active. On a new Apple ID, not mine. I clicked through the notes. I could see the carrier. The city. The exact time it was activated. I printed it. At lunch, Mom called from her salon chair, a hairdryer roaring in the background. "Don't go nuclear," she said. "Ask her to give it back," I said. "She made a choice as a mother," Mom said. "So did I replied. "I chose my son." That afternoon, Megan added 4 of our aunts to the group chat. "Family accountability," she wrote. They piled in like they always do. "Austin, money doesn't buy love. Boys share." "Jaden needs to learn generosity." I closed my eyes and saw Jaden's face at the table when the backpack vanished. Not generous. Just erased. The last thing came that night. A new post from Tyler. The phone pointed at the backpack. Caption, new daily driver. Comments, fire emojis, drip, and one from Megan. Well-earned, baby. I felt the click inside me. The same one I get at work when someone tries to return a brick they bought on a street corner and then screams at my cashier for not accepting it. The moment where I stop apologizing and start following policy. I was done being their open tap. I texted Megan at 7:12 a.m., last chance. Bring the bag, chocolates, and phone to my place by noon. She sent a voice note. I didn't listen. I called. She picked up on the third ring. Good morning, dictator, she said. Bring them back, I said. I gave them to my son, she argued. He's family. You're being selfish. You gave away my son's gifts. You're rich, I said, a dry laugh escaping me. And Jaden has plenty, she shot back. Megan, listen carefully, I said, my voice low and steady. I have receipts with serial numbers. I have the phone's IMEI. I manage a store. Do you know what those things mean? Threats, she spat. So ugly. It means I can blacklist the phone. It means I can file a police report and attach proof. It means I can ask the boutique to flag the backpack if it ever gets serviced or sold. It means everything you took becomes a headache. You wouldn't, she said, but her voice dipped just slightly. By noon, I said. I'm not asking again. She hung up. 2 minutes later, the group chat exploded. Megan. He's threatening us with police over a phone. Mom, Austin, you're going to ruin Thanksgiving. I put my phone face down and made pancakes for Jaden. He ate slowly, watching me. Are we going to war? He asked, trying to joke. We're going to have boundaries, I said. At 11:02 a.m. Megan didn't show. At 11:29 Tyler posted a story from a mall food court, the backpack on the chair beside him like a dog. At 11:48 my doorbell rang. I opened it, expecting Megan. Was my mother. She pushed inside like she owned the deed. We are not calling the police, she said, voice sharp. No, hello, Megan sent you, I replied. She's very upset, Mom said. I bet, I answered. Jaden lingered in the hallway, listening. Mom noticed him and switched to that soft voice she uses like a costume. Sweetheart, your cousin is going through a rough patch. Jaden just stared. He just got $2,000 worth of stuff. Mom's mouth tightened. Don't be crass. I set the paperwork on the table. Mom, I'm filing today. She reached for my wrist like when I was 12 and touched the stove. You'll regret this. What I regret, I said, pulling my hand away, is teaching everyone that my no is actually a convince me. That ends now. At noon, I hit send on an email to our district loss prevention lead, the one we loop for device fraud. I attached the IMEI, the activation timestamp, the purchase invoice. I CC'd myself and printed a copy. Then I opened the carrier's site and submitted an IMEI block request through the consumer form. Locked pending review. I filed a police report online for stolen property with serial numbers. I wrote it simply. No adjectives. At 1:27 p.m. Megan called, screaming. I put her on speaker. You disabled his phone, she shrieked. He's at the mall. It just bricked. Bring my things, I said. You humiliated him. He was with friends, she cried. Bring my things, I repeated. You are dead to me, she yelled. And I'm telling everyone what you did. You already do, I said and hung up. 5 minutes later, the family group chat dinged non-stop. I didn't open it. Instead, I texted Jaden and asked if he wanted to drive to the courts to shoot hoops. He grabbed his ball so fast he almost forgot his shoes. On the way out, my phone rang again. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It was Tyler. His voice was shaking with rage and something else underneath. Uncle Austin, that was foul. Fix it or I'll... He didn't finish. He just hung up. I didn't fix anything. You should know what happens after you actually press the button everyone thinks you'll never press. At 10:06 p.m., Megan sent a final message. We're coming. At 10:33 p.m., she pulled up in front of my building and idled, like the curb might bite. Tyler sat in the passenger seat, hood up, face red. Mom was in the back like a chaperone. Megan honked like I was a valet. I didn't go out. I texted, doors open. They didn't come in. They set a shopping bag on the front step and drove off. When I opened it, the backpack was inside. Chocolate wrappers stuffed in the pockets like confetti. The iPhone box was there too. The phone wasn't. 10 minutes later, my doorbell rang again. Megan. This time she came in, the phone in her hand. Reset it, she said like she was doing me a favor. If you're going to be like this, take it. I took it and set it on the table. Jaden stood by the wall, silent. Megan crossed her arms and went for the speech. We're a family. We share. Tyler is going through a lot. His father pays less child support than I do. I cut her off. You told me that. You tell me everything when you want money. Her mouth opened and closed. You're cruel, she said, recovering into her role. I'm tired, I said, of being the account you draft. You make more, she spat. You can afford to be generous. I held up the receipts. I've been generous for 15 years. Name one month you asked how my bills look. Mom made a small sound like a dying violin. We didn't come to argue. You came because the phone stopped working in public, I said. Silence. Jaden's breath was the only sound. Megan pointed at the phone, like it had personally betrayed her. Get rid of the block, she demanded. Tyler needs a phone for school. He has one, I said. He wanted this one because he wanted more. Her eyes flashed. You sound like Dad. That one made me flinch because our dad used to say it with a belt in his hand. I took a slow breath. Tomorrow I'll take Jaden to the carrier to add this to my plan. He'll walk out with it. You'll leave it alone. You'll never touch his things again. What about the chocolates? Tyler muttered, eyes on the floor now, his voice small for once. Jaden looked at him. Eat them, he said. I don't want your saliva anyway. I didn't laugh. I wanted to. They left. No apology, just huffs and a slammed door. 2 hours later the text began. So immature. So theatrical. Men never forgive. I muted the thread. At work, word traveled fast because I don't hide much and because my assistant manager, Kinsey, has a radar for drama and calls it continuing education. She stood in my office doorway with a stapler like a mic. You finally did a thing for you, she said. I did a thing for my kid, I corrected. Same thing, she said. That week, small changes stacked. I moved my spare key from the fake rock outside to a lockbox only Jaden and Kinsey know about. I canceled 2 family logins Megan had been using. My streaming accounts, my wholesale club membership. I took myself off the Austin will pay list my mother keeps at the mechanic she loves. I called the boutique in Dubai, gave them the backpack serial number, asked them to flag it if it ever came in for repair, and to note that the purchaser was not Megan. The associate said, of course. It felt petty, sure, but also like putting a lid on something that had been leaking for years. Jaden and I went back to regular life. Homework at the table. Late shifts where he sits in the break room with his laptop and pretends not to hear my store announcements. He didn't bring up the party fallout much. He carried the new phone like it was a glass heart. Then the ripple came on Friday. Tyler posted a new story, a blurry picture of a different backpack and a caption that sounded like a dare. Newer drip. Kids commented fire emojis. Then one kid wrote, your mom stole the first one. Oh. Tyler deleted the comment. Another kid DM'd me. Yes, me. Because my account's private but not invisible. Sir, just so you know, everyone at school knows what your sister did. I didn't respond. I didn't need a chorus. I already had the facts. Family dinner stopped. Or rather, I stopped going. Mom tried to frame it as me isolating. I kept repeating one line, when people can't be kind to my son, they don't get access to us. She called it dramatic. I called it Tuesday. The next hit didn't come from them. It came from inside their camp. Aunt Rosa, the one who talks soft and watches everything, sent me a text. You were right. They're falling apart. She meant Megan and Mom. She meant the screams traveling through the vents when there's no audience to shame. She meant money. Megan had counted on me for school fees, soccer gear, random emergencies. When I stepped to the side, she had to stand in the center. And she hates the center when the center is responsibility. On a Sunday morning, my phone buzzed. A long text from Tyler. Uncle Austin, I'm sorry. I was stupid. Mom told me you didn't care. I knew you cared. I still did it. I see Jaden at school. He doesn't look at me. I don't blame him. I didn't respond right away. I showed it to Jaden. He read it and handed my phone back like it was heavier than before. What do you want to do? I asked. He shrugged, defensive. We don't need them. That's not what I asked, I said. He sat with it. If he says sorry to me, he said, like a real one, not a post maybe? I sent Tyler a line. You need to apologize to Jaden in person. No excuses. No buts. He typed back fast, okay. Then Megan found out and texted me, fire. Don't go around me. He's my son. He's also a person, I wrote. He stole from mine. He'll apologize to him. She didn't answer. Tyler did. He asked if he could come by. Jaden said yes, then changed the yes 3 times, then sighed and said, Fine. Tyler came, pulled up again, hands empty. He stood in my doorway and did the hardest thing a 16-year-old can do. He admitted he did a bad thing that makes him look bad. I wanted it because it was shiny, he said. And because my friends would see me with it. That's it. It wasn't deep. Jaden stared at him for a long time. You embarrassed me, he said. Not just the stealing the posts. I know, Tyler said. I deleted them. You already did the damage, Jaden said. Tyler nodded. I'll say it to whoever you want me to. He meant school. He meant social death. He meant he got it, a little. Jaden didn't make him go on tour. He just nodded once, sharp. Okay, he said. Don't talk to me for a while. After Tyler left, Jaden sat at the table and opened the chocolates we'd saved. He took one, then pushed the box toward me. Tastes like sugar, he said. Yeah, I said. We both laughed, a breath more than a sound. The fallout didn't end in one tidy act. Megan still sent Barb texts. Mom still tried the guilt. I'm not getting any younger, she'd write, like age is an invoice I owe. I kept repeating, boundaries are not punishment. Sometimes I'd send it and put my phone in a drawer, then go outside to breathe air that didn't belong to anyone. Work got easier. Funny how that happens. When you stop bleeding at home, you stop snapping at customers who ask for discounts without looking at you. Kinsey said I looked less haunted. She's dramatic, but she wasn't wrong. One quiet night after close, Jaden stood in the empty store and took a picture of the wall of phones, just rows and rows of rectangles glowing. It's weird, he said. How much we care about this stuff. We don't care about the stuff, I said. We care about what people say this stuff means. He looked at me. So, what does it mean that you got me this? He lifted his phone. I didn't have a speech ready. It means I see you, I said. And I wanted you to feel seen. He nodded once like he was pinning that to a corkboard inside his chest. A week later, Aunt Rosa invited us over for spaghetti. No Megan, no Mom. It was quiet. Jaden helped grate cheese. We told stories that didn't use anyone's worst moments as punchlines. On the way home, he said, this feels better. Yeah, I said. It does. Megan has not forgiven me. She says I humiliated her boy. Maybe I did. Or maybe consequences look like humiliation when you've never seen them before. Mom keeps trying to broker peace the way she always has, by making me give. I keep saying the same sentence in different shapes. If you want peace, you need fairness. If you want access, you need respect. She hates that I turn my rules into policy. I love that I stopped re-explaining them. 2 Saturdays after everything, Jaden wore the backpack to the park for the first time. He kept it in his closet like a museum piece. He slung it over one shoulder and rolled his eyes when I tried to take a picture, and then didn't stop me. We shot hoops until it got dark and you could hear the ball more than see it. On the way back to the car, he said, thanks for fighting for me. It shouldn't have been a fight, I said. But it was, he said, and you fought. We drove home with the windows down, city air in our mouths, and for once, the silence between us felt full instead of sharp. People love to say, it's only things. They say it when they're standing in your living room holding your things. They say it when you finally show them a boundary and they don't like how it feels. But it was never about the backpack or the chocolates or the phone. It was about who gets to decide what my kid deserves. It was about whether family means take from Austin because he won't push back. I used to leave every argument with Megan thinking I'd been too harsh or too soft. I'd replay lines and try to edit the past. This time I didn't replay anything. I wrote it down. I wrote my rules for myself and taped them inside the kitchen cabinet with the mugs. Rule 1. If it belongs to my son, it stays with my son. Rule 2. I don't fund people who insult me or him. Rule 3. No more secret favors. Everything has a receipt or a no. Rule 4. We don't go where we're not respected even if there's casserole. It sounds silly having rules like that on paper, but I'm a store manager. I trust policies when feelings make a mess. Megan will keep telling the story her way. Austin went nuclear over a phone. Mom will keep reciting her favorite scripts. He turned his back on us. I stopped auditioning for their play. I'm not in it. Here's what did change. Jaden stands taller. He jokes more. He says, thank you. And I get this. In the same breath, he carries that backpack sometimes and sometimes he doesn't. The phone is a tool and a toy and a target he's learning to manage. We have late-night pizza on the couch and watch games and he groans at my commentary. It feels like we're building something instead of patching leaks. Tyler sent another text last night. I'm working at the grocery store now. Not glamorous. Feels good to buy my own stuff. I told him, good. No confetti, just good. He said he might try out for JV again. I told him to drink water and stretch because I'm every dad in a baseball cap. Aunt Rosa came by with a pie and a hug that lasted exactly long enough. She said, "I'm proud of you." It slid right into a space I didn't know was empty. If there's a moral, it's this: I won't be the family wallet. I won't let my no be a riddle you think you can solve. I won't let my kid learn that silence buys peace. Not in my house. Not anymore. The day Megan took what wasn't hers, I felt small. The day I took it back, I didn't feel big. I just felt right. And right is steady. Right is quiet. Right is sitting at the table with my son. 2 bowls, the last of the Dubai chocolates, neither of us even likes that much, and the kind of ease you can't purchase in a boutique. "Next time," Jaden said, a small grin spreading across his face, "bring me a keychain." "Got it," I replied. From anywhere. Have you ever had to draw a hard line with family, even when it felt like you were breaking things? What was that like for you? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you think.